somebody that's buying BKB as well. Oh, or you can have it in BKB. They end up grabbing the Juggernaut. They get the magic immunity, they get the split push potential. Unfortunately, Jug, not the most amazing. Thought they better access over into the jungle, and XZ, I think he's dead. He's already dropped the cogs. Hellbear Smash is going to come in, and the Rocket Barrage is going to be the end of his life as DDC does end up grabbing that first blood. Chen locked out of his own jungle, but experience top lane. Definitely easier for the Spirit Breaker to farm against the Juggernaut than it is for the Clockwork to farm against the Gyro, but XZ also doing pretty well for himself down bot, about to reach level 4. The supports are coming in from the side, looking for the Gyro, but a 2-year Earth Spike is going to open up a little bit of space. ZYF looking for another Rocket Barrage. Does get hit by the Cold Feet, and it will end up being a 1-for-1. Lamb going to lob out for that. They will notice the charge coming in, but RTK not done just yet. It's going to end up being lifted. Garter over in the tree line. Actually, not tankling, ends up TPing somewhere randomly there. CTY still chasing. The other strike gets off, and Shiki is going to end up dropping. This is a big dive from Ehome, but they're still going for it. Buyback from the Quap. That's going to make Ehome reconsider this decision. RTK does have a charge away. Omnislash getting dropped on the back lines. Nice net, and a juke is going to keep Lamb alive, at least for the time being. And his Tranquil Boots are actually unbroken. CDEC actually moving a couple of heroes into position to try and defend bottom. Spin comes out, Lamb in some trouble, but the Troll Trap is available, and the Spin's just about to fade. The call down coming in as well. Lamb finds a spot over in the trees. Hookshot does bonk in, however, and that's going to open up some space for the Juggernaut. ZYF getting sent back. Is it going to be in time? Yes, it will. Lift up onto CTY, but he's still on full HP. Has the Waning Rift available, but no orb to get out of there. 1-for-1 trade so far. The Healing Ward doing a good job as DDC tries to well, mech progress got slowed a little bit by that death. And RTK charging now. CTY jumps in, drops the Waning Rift, and the coil. Nice spaceship dodge of the Sonic Wave. They're going to bounce XZ out of his own cogs and bounce him up onto the cliff, in fact. CTY still trying to find an angle here. Waning Rift is cooling down. Shiki Blink also on cooldown for the time being. Another charge coming in. Is your stun. Rocket Barrage as well, along with the orb. And Ehome come to the aid of their puck. Getting 2 so far. Looks like Lamb is going to end up being brought down by the spin. Aggressive. No, gets turned around on with the Hex, with the Earth Spike. Another charge from RTK. Exploiting this 10-second cooldown to its fullest. Here, looking for a lift, but won't be able to find it. CTY dancing back. ZYF coming in from the top. He's going to end up being hooked. The Blade Bell gets popped up as well. Won't be able to use too many spells, but the rest of the team is now opened up to take this aggressive. Silence gets bashed, gets fingered. He's going to be brought down. Q still trapped by the coil. Also going to end up dropping Lamb. Finds the Earth Spike a little bit further down as Garter tries to retreat out. Shiki has managed to blink, but it's over into the trees. Don't know if that was spotted. TP, and that's going to be Lamb swooping in. Pops the Glimmer Cape just to make sure that he doesn't get Omni-slashed. And looks like RTK is going to come in and tank up the brunt of this damage. Finger of Death still available. RTK getting Omnis, and Lamb not helping him tank that one at all. Will end up being brought down. Moves out there. Going to get scouted here by the Chen creeps. Net goes down immediately. No pullback on these creeps, however. Chen uses the Hand of God just for his creeps as they try and catch in. This Troll Trap is already being used. CTY just dropping down the coil onto XZ. Glimmer Tape comes out a little bit late, but it's still going to hide him. As the Ice Blast flies in along with the Omnislash, ZYF charges into the space with BKB active, but only able to find Garter for the time being. A Rocket Barrage and a few more auto attacks to finish him off. In the back lines, CTY still alive, coming back in. Look to the Silence, will be able to zap down one. And a little bit further down, XZ re-engaging here with the Hookshot, pops the Blade Mail, and they will be able to finish off the Gyrocopter. Keeps on charging forward, but RTK, I don't know where CDEC are, and they might be laying a trap for them. If only that Wild Wing hadn't died to Roshan. Dropping pretty quickly, aggressive, definitely making space for this Aegis. They're going to drop the cogs and keep everybody outside. CTY scouting things with the orb. RTK going to BKB and go charging in. CTY jumping in as well. Roshan still fairly healthy. Self-fuels from Shiki. Does manage to get out, but aggressive. Gets pushed up onto the high ground. Manta's down onto the low ground and pops off the Omnislash. How much damage can it do? ZYF just barely manages to grab the Aegis as Roshan falls. Aggressive gets hit back by the charge. Shiki does manage to finish him off with a Scream Lamb. Nice Earth Spike catching two and drops the finger onto the Queen of Pain to finish her off. Gyrocopter finds a vantage point up on the high gold on the Juggernaut. CTY going to start scouting things out a little bit from the high ground. He doesn't have the Chen send back to play around with. He goes and he needs to have the orb jaunt backwards available. Lamb considering the jump in as well. CDEC realizing that there could be a 5-hero Earth Spike coming in. RTK charges straight through, pops the BKB. CTY looking for something on the front line, but the call that also gets dropped. Q charges straight in, doesn't get anything done. Aggressive does manage to drop off the Omni Slash, but Ehome tanking through it nicely. XZ comes hooking in as well with the Blade Mail. With BKB active, but they lose the Juggernaut. Finger of Death flies up onto the high ground. CTY still going in and now drops the 3-hero coil. Shiki blinking a little bit further down. They want to try and get this kill on the Gyrocopter if they can. He's dropping low, but still survives. Gets hit by the Cold Feet, but Lamb with the Force Staff and the Glimmer Key. The reason that CDEC are taking so long to grab this one, longer than they would have expected. They do get the lift on the CTY as he goes blinking in, but he manages to get the phase shift off. Queen of Pain grabs the Aegis, so they might focus on the Juggernaut here. He gets Glimmer Caped. That's going to buy him a little bit more time, but he's still stuck in the middle of 4 Ehome heroes, and the Finger of Death finishes him off. Q does manage to escape. Homing Missile chasing after Shiki, whose Yule Scepter is on cooldown along with his TP Scroll. CTY is going to find him out, comes in, gets the silence, and this could potentially be 2 deaths for the Queen of Pain. Finds the blink a little bit further away. Don't manage to spot him. Orb's still cooling down. Shiki, middle of a tough situation, and just as he went for the next blink, gets finished off by the Illusory Orb. Lamb comes blinking in here as well, gets off the Hex. A couple more auto attacks and a Eagle Song to the inventory. And Puck now getting that Hex delivered, ready to go blinking in. Ice Blast flies, only connects on the Gyrocopter. Q steps up and gets immediately Hex. Finger of Death finishes him off from long range as well. RTK not bold enough to go charging into the fountain, and XZ looking for the punish. Comes hooking in, there is a BKB from RTK and another strike for a little bit of a turnaround. Ehome getting distracted tracing heroes, and ZOF's going to come in and just finish these 2 kills off. All 5 on CDEC dead, and now Ehome have to choose their target. Is it going to be Mega Creeps, or are they just going to straight up finish this game? And it looks like it is going to be the latter. Tier 4 dropping quickly, Glyph's already being used. Need to make sure that they keep creeps inside of the base. This should be CDEC finishing things up right here. That should be Ehome finishing things up right here. Yeah, okay. GG call by Shiki. Aggressive gonna go in for one last fight, but Omni Slash not gonna do a heck of a lot against all these Chen Creep and everything else. Does manage to pop the cheese. Oh, that's the reason that the Queen of Pain had the Aegis. Juggernaut actually picked up the cheese there, but... Alright, so that is going to be the end of Game 1. A lot of it, honestly, I feel like it just came down to the draft.